Hey and welcome back to Neverwinter with Aragon. So the April Fowls Event has returned for 2025. However, it's been renamed to the Dinosaur Descendants. New this year is the Dragon Chick mount with these insignia bonuses. You can of course get the older ones as they have returned, but most notably is the ability to obtain and sell pretty much the best damage dealer artifact right now, the Aragon. There's also a claims-free item event and some VIP special discounts. So let's go through everything in this video. First of all, if you want to take part to the fullest of this event, you need to unlock the Sewer Most Foul. You will need to go to Earl the Chicken Mancer and simply complete once these golden quests. You have the option of repeating them again every day to obtain that extra currency. You simply need to eat those certain seeds, and it should show you on the right side what to actually do once you've eaten the seed. For example, here I need to go and use that heal ability on these blue chickens, and you do that a total of 5 times, completing the quest. If you don't want to run back to Earl, you can eat the next seed, but you have to hold tab on PC to go back to normal form, then eat the seed, and now you're the blue chicken, and the quest objective is to basically use your power rush on the runner chickens. So you need to find these green runners, just crash into them using that Q ability by default, and our quest is done. You're gonna have one where you need to find the red chickens, you need to find the sneaky chickens, and I believe you need to screech at some other chickens. So once you've done all of that, you should now have the Sewer Most Foul unlocked. This is a mini dungeon where you're all in chicken forms, beating up 3 different bosses and mobs in between, and at the end you get your loot, you can re-roll, and you can obtain the new artifact. You also get those bird feathers and the bird seeds, both needed as the currency for the event store. The bird feathers, you need 40 to get the new mount. The bird feed you can use to purchase these vanity items, this headpiece, these boots, and then some consumables, seed bread, and hot wings. Honestly, not that great, particularly because they're bound to pick up on character. Devs, if you're listening, just make these unbound. People can farm them and they can sell them. As it stands, it's utterly pointless. People can't make a build to encompass these because there is not a reliable source. Do not buy these seeds right here. Even if you screw up your quest from Earl the Chicken Mancer, say you pick up this one and you need to get this yellow seed, say we use it, and then I need to go do something else, or I log out, come back in, and I'm no longer a chicken. You simply speak to him and you say, I'm all out of seeds, click continue, and you will get that seed back. Don't go buying them because you screwed something up with your quest here. Now be aware you can change your chicken form before each of the bosses. You just need to go to those huts and then walk on top of the chicken, exactly like you do in the Fight of the Fowls. And my recommendation for the dungeon is to have one person on the tank, which is the blue chicken, so that they can have threat and they can give temporary hit points to everybody with the ultimate ability. And then everybody else is these sneaky scratchers. And the main reason is to have the ultimate, which basically allows you to deal double damage. You need to position yourself behind the boss, and you can see you do 4 damage per peck. And you potentially want to bring a healer in order to keep people alive. But for the most part, you can avoid the certain mechanics. And then there's your PvP, which I'm in right now. Essentially, you have 3 capture points, and you need to get those points in order to get this score increased, and whoever gets to 750 basically wins. You can get these heal potions, which are in certain locations, either side of that bridge, and then there should be one below that point and another below that point. Now, I'm completely letting down my team here. I need to die and go as the red chicken. PvP, the red chicken is honestly the best, followed by 1 support and 1 tank chicken. So I will die here. I switch to the red chicken and we can kill everybody. Basically, you can run super fast, put fire on the ground, and hit people at range. When you finish a match, you get rewards. Pretty sure we were against a pre-made group because they had a mix of healer, tank, using all those support abilities at the right times, and yeah, that can be the most powerful, and everybody else is red chickens. You ultimately get more currency, these bird bird feathers and the bird feed from that event. So you can pick and choose if you want to do the dungeon or you want to do the PvP. Honestly, the dungeon's probably better because you can get the artifact a bit easier by being able to reroll in the chest. Some people have confirmed that you can indeed get the artifact through PvP, but I've played like 5 or 6 matches and not gotten it. I played one dungeon run and got it. The thing drops unbound, so you're able to even sell that if I want to, and right now the minimum price is over 200,000 Astral Diamonds. And it is a super good artifact and will totally sell after this event for quite some time. Again, this chicken event's only here for 2 weeks. I can go and showcase the new mount right now, the Dragon Chick. Let's see if it has any cool mount up animation. Not really. There you go. That's it. Very similar to the goose, similar animations and quite goofy. It's got the same flapping wings. You'll simply get Explosive Equalizer and Fast Striding, of which you can get on other mounts. And then in the stable right here, you can get the bonus Warlord's Motivation as preferred, and then simply Allies Resilience or Protector's Camaraderie. So pretty good for the Warlord's Motivation as preferred for a newer player who still needs that. But let's have a look at the new artifact and get that thing upgraded. You can upgrade it without it getting bound, despite this warning right here. The evidence is when you look on the auction house. You can see people selling them for Mythic, nearly 2.5 million. Getting to blue is very cheap here, 90% chance you'll upgrade. I wouldn't bother protecting anything. But then getting to purple, you start already needing glyphs. And I highly recommend you use some Pres wards to protect those. We can put it to potentially 51% chance. That probably won't make a difference with the green mode there, as those are kind of worthless. That successfully upgrades, and now we need to get to legendary. Here you need like 2 sets of preservation wards, as you need to use the enchanting stones, the purple ones. These can be more expensive again, and I would recommend protecting them and getting 11% upgrade chance with the green modes. If you have more than enough refinement points, then you don't really need to protect those. And then to get to the final rank, Mythic, it's normally a 5% upgrade chance. Use a moat for 6%, and again just use preservation wards to protect these reagents. The legendary enchanting stones, unfortunately, they can be very expensive for you guys. They no longer drop in dungeons like they did in the past and only come from certain events. You can see here this guy and herself up here selling them with these medals. I personally have quite a lot of them from just saving them back in the day. I should probably be selling them, as they could potentially reintroduce them in other areas. But now we have the artifact and it's not bound. We can go readily post it on the auction house if we want, because we did not equip it yet. And ultimately, this artifact is best in slot for the sheer amount of item level. It also gives some very favorable stats. But the only other artifacts that I'm aware of that also have 2200 item level are going to be the latest one from the lockbox and the one from the limited time battle pass, the Crimson Calamity, if you bought the premium pass for it. So there are currently only 3 with this amount of item level, and so yeah, it's best in slot for damage dealers to use for those stats and the sheer amount of item level. It's up to you if you want to get it though, and upgrade it can be quite expensive, but the opportunity is there to obtain it and to sell it. You cannot unfortunately unbind it, so once you've equipped it, that's it. It stays in that character. If you want to use it as primary, I would highly recommend not to. All this thing is going to do is a bit of damage. In group content, you need to be using these. This is for trials and this is for dungeons. I have recently just updated them. The artifact states it will deal damage in an area, but its true power is only during the most foul time of the year. We can see what that looks like against, say, this entire group, and that's it. It just was a burst of damage. Again, I just wouldn't use it. If you really want just a multi-target damage artifact, the Crimson Calamity is actually very good for that. But you have to pay Zen in order to purchase the premium pass. But again, definitely prioritize these artifacts to have as primary to cast during artifact calls in group content. Even if you're alone, it can be a good habit. You cast your artifact, then you're going to cast your encounter powers, daily power, mount power, and then your encounter powers again. That's a usual rotation, with ideally having like Tactician's Precision and the new one, Cavalry's Haste. So that's ultimately everything for the April Fowls event of 2025. Just don't miss to claim your free rewards based on your participation, which again you can see in the tracker just here. The VIP discounts are nothing special. A key bundle, of which I would not buy keys from the Zen Market directly, just get VIP, and then these professions boosts, which again I also would not buy. So thanks all for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.